Welcome back, dear learners. Before the ad break, we spoke of bank overdraft. And in today's class, I'm going to show you where do we record this bank overdraft under our current liabilities. But before we get to bank overdraft, first we're going to do what is known as trade and other payables. All right? Now, when we do trade and other payables, which is our note number 8, we are given an extract from the pre-adjustment trial balance of Zim distributors as of 28 February. This is the last day of the financial year. And we are given information. We are also given additional information. Now we want to take this information and see how we can prepare trade and other payables and record it under our current liabilities. And we want to see how other adjustments will also affect when we prepare our current liabilities. Remember, the focus is to do calculations that affect the statement of financial position. But as we prepare the statement of financial position in today's class, I'm focusing on current liabilities. So let us therefore begin with our trade and other payables. The first thing that I start with is my trade creditors. Remember, these are businesses or individuals whom we owe as a business. We could have bought assets or we could have bought stock on credit. So we owe them. And we find that amount here, creditors control 45,000, which is the same as that one down there. Then additional information number 1 then reads, rent has been received up to the end of March. We have rent that we receive, rent income. Hence you see it here on the credit side. We are then told that rent has been received until the end of March. Our financial period ends on 28 February. That simply means that would be 12 months. It would have begun on the 1st of March, the previous year, until the 28th of February in this current year. However, we have received rent until the end of March, which is this March. That simply means we have received rent for these 12 months plus the March, so we have received rent for 13 months. Once we receive income for 13 months, we have received income in advance. Therefore, we have to record that under our trade and other payables. How much did we receive in advance? I'll then take my amount, which is 37,570. I divide this by 13 months. I realize that my rent per month is 2,890. So I've received 2,890 in advance. So I'll come here and I'll say income received in advance, 2,890. I have dealt now with additional information number 1. Additional information number 2 reads, the telephone account for February is the last month of our financial period. The telephone account for February was received, but will only be paid in March, 1,000. So once we have not paid an expense, we then call it an accrued expense. We are still owing for that particular expense. So it goes under my trade and other payables. Hence you see here 1,000. That is what we call accrued expenses. All right. Let us now go and see additional information number 3. Additional information number 3. It reads, one employee has been omitted from the salaries journal of February. His details are as follows. So we have employees that work for us as a company. However, one of the employees was omitted. In other words, we did not record this employee when we're recording our information. We must record this information. So if this has not been recorded and we have not yet paid this employee, therefore it must go to my trade and other payables. Let us go and record it then. Remember, we got this from the list of balances. We have already done that. We have already done the income received in advance as well as accrued expenses. So I will begin off. I will not record the gross salary. The gross salary goes into your statement of comprehensive income. All right? The gross salary goes into your statement of comprehensive income. In my statement of financial position, I will record first payee. So I'm focusing on my deductions. I'll come to my payee, then I say 1,800. Pay as you earn. Here's my 1,800. So we owe that one. The next one is my pension fund. And we're told it is 7.5% of the gross. So I'll come, then I'll take my gross, which is 10,000. Then I get 7.5% of that. That gives me 750. Then I record my pension fund. I've recorded my pension fund. The next one is medical aid. I don't need to do any calculation on medical aid. I have my 720. Then lastly, it is UIF, Unemployment Insurance Fund. Then I'll say 1% of the gross. So I'll take my gross again, which is 10,000. And 1% of that will give me 100. So I have it here. However, the employee that has not been recorded will not receive the gross salary in their bank account. No. They receive what is known as the net salary. Net salary. So in their bank account, they will get the net salary, not the gross. In that case, for us to get the net, we have to say our gross, 10,000, minus, have your calculators close now, minus your pay as you earn, 1,800, minus your pension fund, 750, minus your medical aid, 720, minus your UIF, which is 1%, 100. So if you subtract those amounts from your 10,000, you get what is known as creditors for salaries, 6,630. When you have done that then, you add everything here and you end up with 58,890. And that becomes the total for our trade and other payables. It is very important that once an employee has been omitted from the salaries journal, you have to record such employee under your trade and other payables. And in most cases, you will be told that the employee has not been paid. Therefore, you will have your creditors for salaries. That simply means we owe our employee for his salary, and we also owe other institutions such as SARS for your pay as you earn and the pension fund companies. So you have to record such adjustments under trade and other payables. Here it is when it is properly done. Dear learners, let's go for a net break and I'll see you shortly.